Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at our visitors coming into play here. They know coming in they've got to be at their best because they're facing one of the better overall defenses in the NFL.
And this is not one of the better offenses around in terms of running the football. So they understand that they're going to be put to the test a bit. The big plays in the run game, they haven't been there of late, so maybe that means we'll see them shake things up a little bit.
So our 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? From the 6. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Let's go! Let's go!
So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe he leans on a few other parts of the offense and hopefully springs a receiver or 2 free.
And whoa, he's going to hope that that is not a sign of things to come. A rude welcoming to this ball game. It's a loss of 4 on that first play, and it's 2nd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 1 yard is the loss. They back up even further to a 3rd and 15.
You can bet they're not going to go away from the running game anytime soon, but this is obviously not a good start. 2 carries, 2 runs, both stopped for a loss.
And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. He'll look to throw. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback.
Coming off of a loss their last time out, I think he's just seeking to make a bigger impact on the game. He threw a touchdown pass, didn't throw an interception. I think he just wants to jump those numbers up in terms of flinging it around and letting his receivers get into the end zone.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Back to throw. Cobb. And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's 2nd down. To throw on 2nd down. Cobb. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. On 3rd down, Cobb. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So pass interference, the call. That's going to set him up with a 1st down.
And if it's a bang-bang play, maybe the flag stays in the official's pocket, but instead, he definitely impeded the receiver's right to catch the football. The officials letting the players know how the game's going to be called here in the 1st quarter.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Cobb. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down. And, Charles, part of the reason they lost last week, they didn't have a single sack. Well, they changed that quickly.
But did they ever? And it was something they talked about with us extensively. They needed to get pressure. How were they going to get to the quarterback? Obviously, they schemed themselves into a great play, didn't they?
So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime. From the gun, Cobb. Over the middle, complete. That's Robinson. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. It's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
Nice job understanding the situation. 3rd and long, kept the play in front of them and made the tackle. They gave up a good chunk of yardage, but it does force a 4th down.
So on 4th down here, Mike Tomlin says, let's just get 3. From the left hash, this from 37. And his kick is good. And that'll make it 3-0 here in the first. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. And there, of course, was a lot of talk about this ball game coming into play. 2 division leaders in the AFC. Could this be a potential playoff preview down the line?
Yeah, and I think when you're talking about the talk about this game coming into play, you're talking about me because I blew up your phone all week prior to this one. I was so excited about this game because, to me, it's not out of the realm of possibility that these 2 teams see each other again down the road. I like this matchup. They match up very well against each other.
Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And this almost intercepted. Not sure he saw the free safety that time. But lucky, incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Now after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 15 carries, 63 yards.
He's having a nice season, and he knows where he ranks in the league. Don't ever let a running back tell you that they don't know that. They do. So what he's doing now is lobbying the offensive coordinator all week long. Hey, how about a few more touches? He's one big game away from maybe.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Now the try here for the point after. He's got it. They'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown, and that makes it 7-3. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Cleveland to return from the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. And you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number one goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
To throw on 3rd down. Cobb. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15. He's continuing to be a big presence defensively. Remember last week, AFC Defensive Player of the Week, and a big pick right there.
And when you pile up big numbers, it gets everyone's attention. But sometimes the number just needs to be, how many game-changing plays did you make? Did you take the ball away from the other team? He just did that, trying to win the award again this week.
Dublin's offense now set to take over. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their 3rd possession. They don't have a first down yet.
So that means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to more up-tempo type of an offense, just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. Maybe they'll do that.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll look to throw. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Back to throw. Right side catch. This is Gates. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. It'll be a pickup of 14, but they're still a little bit short as it brings up 4th.
And that big gain may just change the thought process here on 4th down. I think in the red zone, they might now consider going for it on 4th down.
On 4th down, Brian Flores going to call on the field goal unit. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
Cleveland will hold on to it, and they will start the drive at the 25-yard line. Here again comes the captain of this offense, leading his crew back out there now. Bottom line, he's got to figure things out. He's completed 3 passes, but 2 of them have been to the wrong team so far.
And when we talk about the best quarterbacks, we're usually talking about touchdown to interception ratio, aren't we? And 2 to 1 is acceptable, but the top line guys, 3 to 1 or better is what they're looking for. Now we're talking about interceptions versus completions. That's not a ratio that should ever be in any discussion.
Off the play fake. Cobb. Throwing right, and that's complete. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49.
2nd and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a first down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards, second down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert, but right now looking at a 3rd and 3. And, oh, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25.
Boy, that completion comes with a high degree of difficulty, especially on the catch. Had to look that one in one-handed, able to do so, and ends up picking up a first down as well.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Off-play action. Cobb. Wide open receiver complete. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. This will be their first trip to the red zone. They've got it 1st and goal to go. Operating from the gun. Cobb got a man, and he hits him in stride. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty, but when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
So they're coming up here on the 9th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and goal. From the gun, Cobb. This is caught. That pass play good for 7, but it still brings up a 4th and goal.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And this one is right through. So 3 points on the board, as easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the 4th quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
And he won't quite make it to the 25. Dublin's offense now set to take over. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And incomplete on the deep ball. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. They're going to look to throw. In trouble, and he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. They bring their punter out there now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. 10-6 the score after one right here on EA Sports. Second quarter now, it's Brooklyn. Throwing on first down. Cobb. He finds his man, complete. It's Glover. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Cobb. He finds Robinson. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short. Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on his team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-body tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first. And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. Looking to throw on second down. Cobb. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So that one will be accepted. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Operating from the gun. Cobb. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on third down.
So now the field goal unit trots out there for the third time tonight. It's a 39-yard attempt, right hash. And his kick is indeed good. And that gets him back within a single point. It's now 10-9. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Dublin's offense now set to take over. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. Second and 6. On second down, they'll try and run the counter. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. The offense on third down tonight, not good. 0 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38.
There are a lot of different formulas to winning football, but one constant over the years, winning on third down. That pickup there was big because they had struggled throughout this one.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
And that, in a nutshell, shows you what this guy is made of. I mean, most guys in the NFL just can't do that. He absorbed the contact, refocused himself, and made a break for the end zone.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off at the 35. And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40. Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. Just, I like the way you've described it.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. A loss of 4 that time on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. The number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
Yeah, this time it's going to come from the middle linebacker because watching the lineman, it seemed to me that they thought he was going to drop back into pass protection, but he surprised them and came on the blitz instead and had a pretty clear run to the quarterback.
To throw on 2nd down, Cobb. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Looking to throw. Cobb. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Glover. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the 1st as the tackle is made at the 33. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And this one will not work out. It is incomplete. It would have been a long field goal. The fake doesn't work out. And as a result, possession switches hands. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Forced out to his. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and this is picked up by the defense. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Good job starting on that scramble. Had his eyes on that 1st down marker, CD, but lost the most important thing, the football.
Yeah, wasn't quite there. Focused solely on getting to the 1st down marker. Forgot to cover up and take care of the ball.
Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. Following during the fumble recovery. Cobb. Robinson's got it. 3 yards the gain there, second down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Back to throw. Cobb. Touchdown. It's complete. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Beats are able to move back in front.
And that touchdown ends a streak, for lack of a better word, of 3 field goals that they put on the board previously. They finally cracked the code.
Yeah, they've been down there. They've been in enemy territory, as you said. They just haven't been able to punch it in until that point. Extra point attempt to follow here. And that'll make this a 6-point game. Just a 4-play drive that time. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
2nd and 2. False start there. That will set the offense back 5 yards.
Brandon, the lineman, certainly flinched there before the snap. A good call.
Now after the false start, here's 2nd and 7. And that'll set him back 5. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 5. Now back to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. They'll set up a throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs. They'll set up to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the defense will get their hands on it, going the other way. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. Second time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
Extra point attempt to come here. And the lead is now 13. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground, but that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Now a man open down the middle of the field and able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, and tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll drop to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Going for it all. And this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Gates has it over the middle. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Back to throw again. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Touchdown! A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Celtic Tigers get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. Extra point right down the middle, and the lead will shrink to 6. So that drives 6 plays, 75 yards. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Taking it about the 1. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. This offense back to work now late in this first half. And they've got a little over 40 seconds to work with if they want to try to put something together. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Throwing to start the drive. Cobb. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now second down. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. This time they stay on the ground. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And taken right on the 30, and he goes out right around the 39. And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats because he feels like if he does, that means things will get better for his team, maybe get him back into the ball game or into the lead. In these situations, I remember playing with a quarterback once where he actually ran out onto the field first ahead of everyone else just to say, guys, let's go. Try and create that energy, create that spark.
Well, so far he has 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He'll be looking for that 2nd touchdown now. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. He'll drop to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
But they've certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. So that would have been something from that distance, but to no avail. Comes up empty as we have reached the intermission. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, it's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. Cleveland will hold on to it, and they will start the drive at the 25-yard line. And this offense set to go now to begin the 3rd quarter. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told him, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
From the gun on 3rd down, Cobb. And this is going to be incomplete. And they'll send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They'll look to throw. And this will be caught by his big wide receiver. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw here. Under pressure, and down he goes. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on 1st down to set him back on 2nd. That's number 4, sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. They'll look to throw here. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A big play there on the catch and run.
A lot of times the key is just get him the ball and let him do his thing, and they got it out to him on the left side, and he did exactly that. Excellent run after the catch.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now they'll run on the draw. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They've moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he will have the 1st down before he's tackled at the 12.
Let's go. Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. They'll look to throw again. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. On 4th down, Brian Flores going to call on the field goal unit. And his kick is good. And that will bring the deficit back down to 3. So a good kick there. They put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the 3.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the time, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
On 1st and 10, Cobb. Can't get away, and he's taken down. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack.
Like how they've started the 3rd quarter here. They force a punt on the 1st drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their 2nd win coming out of the locker room. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. And he'll give it here to his running back. A 4-yard pickup that gets him going forward, but still 15 yards left on 3rd down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Toward the sideline, did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a 1st down.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. And to give this time to the tailback. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. On 3rd down, Cobb. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. He's playing pretty well. I don't think it's necessarily him changing up something he's doing, but that O-line, they've got to protect him better.
They do. They've got to make sure that they give him more than enough time in order to find targets downfield. And sometimes what happens when these things are going on is that the field general will step up and say, hey, that's on me, guys. I didn't get rid of it fast enough. Anything to try and relax them a little bit and take some pressure off because they do know that they are trying.
Yeah, well, we've seen the 4 sacks so far in this contest. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. If feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Oh, and this is going to wind up a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
After the safety, remember, they also need to give up the football, and here's the free kick. Taken in at the 22. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. And right now, probably just one thing in his mind. It's getting back to the hot start because he's really faded.
And ordinarily when that happens, the quarterback, as you know, is usually the leader of the squad. Now there's probably a silent camaraderie that comes around him saying, hey, guess what? We got you. Don't worry about it. Let's go, big fella. Because they know more times than not, he tends to pick things up, and they tend to play well.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Looking to throw. Cobb. He's going to float this one deep right side. He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Beats are able to widen their advantage. Sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money.
And that is absolutely demoralizing for a defense because you've got the offense on the ropes. It's 3rd down. You're trying to get off the field, and then wham, you have a letdown in the secondary, and you give up a big one.
And that throw, amazingly, well over 70 yards in the air, according to Next Gen Stats. Wow. Point after, right down the middle. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Dublin's offense now set to take over. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get, and it's just so strange to see that go up on the board, and then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But, boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. A good gain on 1st has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now just east of Manhattan in Brooklyn. They'll look to throw here on first down. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. And he comes back with one complete. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Right there. Down, baby.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. They're having issues right now getting that running game going.
I wonder if maybe adopting some of the college run game would help here. Because we're still at that stage where you have a bunch of guys saying, I don't know about what the colleges do. And the college stuff is working in the NFL. Bigger line splits create some more natural running lanes. Might help the offensive linemen get better angles in their blocking schemes.
And his kick here is good. And that lead is back down to 9 now. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps him inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've had a lot of chances but not much success, converting only 3 times. This is 3rd and 10. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield, a really nice pickup.
On now is the punter, as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. Fielded just inside the 20. 51 yards on the punt there. Dublin's offense now set to take over. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news, but this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. They'll come out throwing here on first down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 7 yards to pick up there. Second and 3. Pressure comes, and down he goes. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches, I always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. whistles here and a flag down. Looked like someone got going a little early. And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time, and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
And they worked this well upfield across the 45.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? And looked like some movement there. Let's get the call. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Now back to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Gonna give this time to the tailback. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Right back to him on first down. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6. They'll set up a throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. The ball comes out, and this will be scooped up by the defense. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. But he has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, it becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. And they sit in a good spot, having the ball back after the fumble recovery and up 2 scores in the 4th quarter. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Hands it off out of the gun. And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well. And he'll get this up to about the 40. 44 yards on the ground for him so far. To throw on 3rd down. Cobb. And that will be incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. Dublin's offense now set to take over. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they thought they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. from the gun. He'll hand this off. And he loses the football a second time. It's going the other way. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. There are two words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you've got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
Following the fumble recovery, Cobb. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
From the gun on 3rd down, Cobb, and intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off at the 28, and they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
Dublin's offense now set to take over. The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They're going to look to throw. Gates with a grab. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Back to throw again. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the defense. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that, and that's what they've done all game long.
The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for 2. They'll try and run it up the middle. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. And he is going to be stopped short of the goal line. Oh, they'll mark him inside the 1. He just couldn't keep churning those extra few inches. And the 2-point attempt is turned aside. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. Dublin's offense now set to take over. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them. The coaches from all the way up here, they were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. Ball at the 23, 2nd and 8. They'll set up to throw. And that's complete to Gates. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. So it's our visitors with a football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Going to give this time to the tailback. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense, as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. Now a handoff here to his running back. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. And they'll indeed take a knee. 2nd and 11 now. And he'll give it here to his running back. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of. But now it's about taking the ball away, taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.